Hello, in this jQuery video, I am going to show you the hiding and showing effect. So first of all, let's create some element. It could be any element you want. You can hide whatever you want. Anything that you can select, you can hide and show it. So let's create a div and say hello world. I'm say I love tuna. Let's get rid of that class. I'm say I love tuna pizza, which I do. I love tuna pizza. Okay, so what I'm going to do is create a button. So when I click this button, it will, hide it. So I'm going to say button. So I am going to have an ID, and this is going to be hide button. And I'm also going to have one for showing as well. A separate button for each one. And you can use the code that will be triggered from the hide and show in any capacity that you like. If I show it, so we get these two buttons. At the moment, they obviously do nothing. Go to our JavaScript file. We need to actually, detect for that button click. So I'm going to select it. So hash hide button, and it's dot click, and there's going to be a function callback. And here is where you actually hide it. So you need to select that element. So let's say I'm just going to select all divs. You can use any complex or basic select you want. Do dot hide, and that is it. So if I copy this, paste it, I'll have one for show button. I'll have another one for show. Now if I reload it, if I click show, it does nothing. If I go to the elements, so you can see right, if I click hide, as you can see, it disappears. So what's happened? It's still, the content's still there in the DOM, but it's actually just had a display of none applied to it. So that way, it's just not visible anymore. If I click show, it shows it. Another method that you can use for hiding and showing is the toggle method. So depending on the current state, it will do the opposite. So if it's hidden, it'll show it. If it's visible, it'll hide it. So if I say toggle button, I'll say toggle. And now if I duplicate this, I'll just say when the toggle button is clicked, you think you can guess, it's toggle, like so. And if I reload, click that, it just toggles between it. So if I click show, click hide, toggle will just know exactly what's happening with it, and you'll show it or hide it accordingly. There's one other, actually two other things I want to show you in relation to hiding and showing. You can also pass in an optional speed parameter. So what you can do is I'm going to create two more buttons. Actually, I'm actually going to put a break rule first just to space it out a bit. Now I'm going to create two buttons, and there's a few different ways that you can apply a speed. So there is a built-in slow speed, and let me show you this. Slow, and this will be fast button, so fast and fast. So if I just detect the click of those buttons, if I just do slow, like so, and I'll do for fast as well. This optional speed parameter can actually be supplied for the hide, the show, or the toggle. I'm going to just supply for the toggle because it does it on and off, and you can see both ways with less code. And all you do is put quotation mark, put the keyword slow, and for this, put the keyword fast. And if I reload it, if I click slow, as you can see, it actually shows it and makes it disappear, but it's quite slow. If you want it faster, you can do faster. If you actually want to customize it and provide an exact value of how long it's going to take to hide, show, or toggle it, you can provide that as well, and that will be in milliseconds. So what we'll do, we will create a new break rule. I'll create an input first. So you don't have to have an input. You could directly just have a value in code, but we'll make it a bit dynamic. So I'm going to say ID, and the ID is going to be time. I'll call it time. And this is going to have a type of text. And now afterwards, I'm going to have a button. And this button is going to be similar to the others. It's going to say ID. It's going to have custom speed. I'm going to say custom speed button. Custom speed. So if I reload it, it hasn't been programmed in yet, but what will happen when I click this, whatever values in here will be applied to this in terms of toggling it on and off. Again, this can be applied to just directly to the directly to the hide and show method, but I'm just gonna keep it simple and apply to that. And I'll actually even have a default value in there as well, and that value will be 0. So it's basically instant. Like so. Okay, so now if we first of all, we want to say when the custom speed button is clicked, so dot click sort of format in the way I like it. So when this is actually clicked, what we are going to do first, we are going to get the parameter from the time. So it's going to say var time equals $. So we need to select that input, and I'll go an ID of time to it. I'm going to do .val to get the value of it. And just to confirm we're getting the correct value, it's going to do a simple console log. So if I reload it, go to console, click that, didn't even detect nothing's actually even printed out. So it says custom speed button. There's no hash, so he's trying to find an element called custom speed button, but not one with an ID. You get print out 0. If I say 400, it prints out 400. Okay, pretty cool stuff. Now, what we are going to do is do this exact line, or almost this exact line, and instead of toggling like that, we're going to toggle it with time. And now if we run it, okay. Okay, so what is happening here? So I believe what is happening, by the looks of it, because it is actually getting this value, and you say text value, it is failing. And if it doesn't accept a valid value, it just defaults to the slow method. So we want to actually pass the integer. So what we want to do is pass int. Now if we run it, see what we get. As you can see, now it's working. Now it's getting an integer value instead of just a string. Now if I provide a value of, let's say 100, pretty fast. If I do 10 seconds, as you can see, it's trying to do it. I'll wait till it's completed. But as you can see, it is extremely slow. Let's say if we did like 2000, so 2 seconds. Now we can toggle it on and off. So that's how you hide, show, and toggle something. You can also use a speed parameter. The built-in one is slow and fast, or you can use a manual one as well. Actually, the one last thing I want to show you, and it is this. You can do this with any of these whatsoever. So what you can do, once you've called a speed, you can provide an optional callback. So in a similar way we've got here, you can do that as well. So let's say we can just do it after this. So if you just comma after your speed, and let's say if I put function, I'll do console.log. Again, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a console log. I'm going to say, what am I going to say? Effect finished. So if I reload, click that, I didn't say it says effect finished. But what happens if I do 1000? Click it. I think, see, it took a little while for it to appear. It took a second. So this callback is triggered once this toggle effect is, or this, particular hide show or toggle effect is finished. Once it's finished, this code inside is triggered. Obviously, you could call another function from here. This thing itself could be a function call. That's simple stuff. If you understand this concept, you're all good to go. That's it. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message. And as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.